Well, this is it, everyone, the moment you've all been waiting for. The Warhorse is back in full-blown desert adventure mode. This is the beginning of what will probably amount to a 15 to 20,000 kilometer expedition through Australia, solo for the best part of it. I'm going to pull up down the road here and just give you guys a full rundown of not only the gear that I wear, but also how I've packed and set up the Warhorse. Nothing like a greasy downhill at the start of your trip to test the integrity of your setup. Alright, just take it easy. This is steep and we're fully loaded. It's gonna, let's go, Warhorse. Whoa. Just keep it steady. So far she's proving to be quite well balanced. Let go of everything and roll. Jesus. Everyone's been screaming out for me to do a gear feature, so I'll run you through how I go about adventure bike gear. I'm not talking touring, I'm talking actual off-road specific adventure. Like, this is my camera crew. That's Motology Films right there. That is all camera gear. Doesn't even have a camelback bladder in it because that's in the jacket. So with gear, for me, it's all about layers. The problem with these big, bulky, super expensive touring ones is that the waterproof layer is on the inside. It's so dumb. So everything, the jacket and all the pockets can get fully drenched, but your liner, which this is my liner, is on the inside. And what happens there is you just get so hot you sweat anyway, so your gear's wet on the outside and your body's wet on the inside because you're sweating. Layers are the ultimate. That's layer one. That is the waterproof layer, outer extreme, and it lives in the back of the jacket. Now, this is a good lightweight enduro jacket. This is predominantly what I'm running the whole time, you know, that when it's wet, and I can go down again, I can take sleeves off, right? Pockets, got a charger there, wallet in here. Yeah, now underneath the enduro jacket is the thermal layer. This is the package I've run in Bolivia in high altitude. It's the high altitude pack, and you just layer it to suit. If it gets too hot, it comes off. Okay, you get too hot. All of that, including the wet weather pants, are in the back here. So I'm just going to now whittle down to, let's just say, standard off-road mode. Already I'm overheating because of that bloody hill and just the, you know, messing around with cameras to show you guys this stuff. That there is the complete survival pack for all conditions. And your backpack rests on it perfectly, just sits up there, done. That's all you need to know about that. Brilliant. Adventure sort of pants. It's got these pockety things if you know, I don't know why they've got these hand pockets, but they do. And then it's got all sorts of other pockets. I like to keep my phone down there, vents and stuff. Now, very important one. I have to drop my pants for this. If you go down somewhere out there by yourself, get trapped under the bike, if you dab, it gets stuck under this stuff, it can always go bad. I live in pod knee braces anytime I'm on the motorcycle. Yes, after 12 hours in them at the end of a big day in off-road or just even transit up the freeway, you do want to get out of them, but I tell you what, I would rather that little bit of long-term discomfort over a long day than folding a knee from the stupidest little fall in the middle of India or, you know, Peru. Live in knee braces. I've learnt how well these work and protect you. through years, like well over a decade of racing in them. It's like, for me, not having them is like not having a helmet. Now, starting from the front, I will never run an adventure bike in serious off-road conditions without a proper off-road tyre. This is the Pirelli Scorpion Rally. I couldn't get these in Europe when I bought the Warhorse. The only ones that Pirelli had to send me were the STR ones, which you saw. I'm gonna say I put it in the ditch because I had the wrong tyres and I was going too hard in the sand, but anyway. Straight to the spotties, finally. I've got these, what are they called? Gooey Eye Light Hunter 4000. Amazing. It just lights the joint up like Christmas. It's a must-have for kangaroos and, you know, some of these big transit days. I'm sure I'm going to have to make up time and just keep riding into the night. So that's why I fitted the spotties. They will get used on this trip. Crash bars. Never thought I'd be a crash bar guy, but I am. And I'm so relieved that I've built these. I made these at my mate's workshop. Not only do they give me a bit of peace of mind for the Warhorse going down, it's very vulnerable on this side, the metal tank and all the fairing, but it's allowed a whole nother level of payload, which is awesome. Now these are ADV Works pods, I don't know what they're called, I don't know what the capacity is, but you can see that compact nugget. Understand this, these combined, the two pods on this side and this side, weigh more than the saddlebags at the back because of what's been concentrated in there. All the heavy dense stuff is up front and low, okay? And I've slid them across the crash bar to get that perfect feel and balance. You saw what I just got away with, getting slightly drifty on the slick downhill. The Warhorse is balanced, and she's the most loaded bike and best set up bike for what I'm about to do that I've probably ever had. Bar the Moto Nomad 500s, but anyway, this is a different kind of adventure. I've upped the spring rates front and rear. You probably saw in the rebuild video I whacked some springs in there. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what I did. I just went firmer, okay, to allow for the extra load that I'm carrying front and rear. And it's all about trying to keep the Warhorse in its ideal ride height. You want as much suspension travel as you can achieve when you hit something, okay? And I've got a bit of gear on board now. This is really important. Never use a top box. Don't go there. Go for the pods before you ever consider. You don't need a top box, please. Don't go up and back with weight. You want to go down and forward with your weight. What I've got up the back here are two empty fuel bladders, okay? So this is going to give me another 16 litres of range, and I will need it. I've mapped the Warhorse to 350 k's, riding it, you know, just on the gas and enjoying the motor. I reckon I'm good for 350 in most conditions. The desert sands, corrugations, all that, that's going to drop right down. And there will be sections where I'm going to need to be able to do 400 kilometres minimum between fuel stops. And these are really remote, you know, communities and all the rest. Hopefully there'll be fuel there. And these bladders are temporary installations, so when they're full, say, let's say I've got 16 litres, I'm laying one across the back between the bags, latching them on so it's right there at my bum, and the other one I'm stacking up behind it. I'm not coming back here, they weigh nothing, they're just being stored here. When I've got these fuel bladders full, and I might only have to do 8 litres, probably one or two sections I'll ever likely go the full 16 litres, but who knows, I've got that ability to run all that fuel. So the most important thing about these fuel bladders is never attach them, never put them in a saddlebag or never put them in a pod and bolt them down there. You want them to be in the most safest spot of the bike if you go down. At the back, at the top, at the rear, it's the worst place for the weight, but it's temporary. The second you've dropped that fuel 8 litres down, you stop and you get it out of there. Okay, that weight shifting from here to here is a game changer. You can really feel the transformation of handling of the bike when the weight shifts, all right? So it's so important to get all this stuff down. Right, let me go into a little bit more detail now. Oh, okay. You can't really see the pattern because she's full of mud, but I've finally got the Pirelli Scorpion Rally 17 inch. And my God, I am so glad this is on. You probably saw in the Warhorse rebuild video I did that there was a different tyre on the back. I couldn't get the 17 from Pirelli, I had to order them in. They've come from overseas, they're not that readily available. I had this other tyre on there. It was pretty good under acceleration, I'll give it that. But shutting the throttle, my God, runaway train. It might as well have been bald. It was so sketchy. I just feel so much better having this tyre on, and the reason it's working the way it does is because it's a mirror image pattern. It's got the same sharp edges on the drive than it does on the braking, so it's so consistent. Whether you're on the gas or you're chopping the throttle and anchoring, it's just completed that trustworthy, it's letting the Warhorse chassis do its thing. Hitting the brakes on this is more like throwing the parachute out the back. It's anchoring you. Some tyres don't do that. It's runaway. They just skip across the ground, and all your whole survival depends on the front tyre, and it's not a nice feeling. So Pirelli Scorpion Rally, full set, 17 inch with the original Warhorse, like, it's epic. You can probably see there in the cavities of the Warhorse, 1 and 2, tucked in there perfectly, I hope you can see, is a front tube and then a rear tube. And even deeper down there, running along the bodywork down to the frame, is a set of full-length tyre levers. So that, they are the, you know, if you don't ever need them, they're just part of the bike, it's set and forget. I'm not pulling tubes out of the bags and putting stuff aside and repacking. They're just there. Got my Garmin Montana 700i Epic, really good size, just gets it done. I've lived on Garmin's on all my travels, so I sort of trust them, and yeah, I run them in automotive mode actually. I actually run them like this. I like to see the lay of the land unfolding, and yeah, most people get full military and then, like, I've ridden all around the world with the basic nav that you have in a hire car, you know, you can make it work. That's just how I do it, each to their own. I've installed a voltmeter just to keep an eye on what the, oh, did I mention the spotties? Yeah, I did. Okay, this is trick. These spotties are sick. Oh, this is another cool thing about them. If the are they on? They might be on. Oh, they are. So the battery's up. If the good thing about these spotties, if the battery gets below a certain voltage, they won't turn on unless the motor's running. Awesome. So you're not going to drain your battery. I'll just switch them off now. What else can I show you about the Warhorse? Oh, where have I put it? Just here. Power bank, and this lives down in there, and then I'll show you something else in a minute. And then this is the on the fly charging, so I can charge that power bank. I tuck it in properly, it goes into the stubby holder a bit further, but it's just taped up there and it's mint and it lives there and it's fine. And then with that power bank I can charge GoPros and comms, and even my camera that's playing there I can charge. Right here, earplugs, they make a perfect combo with the neck scarf to really seal it up and go into comfort mode. And then this side, very important, if it all goes to shit, inReach, sat, comms, I can send, even if you're good, it's good to check in with the missus, send a location, let everyone know that, you know, you're going okay. But there is the SOS button if it all turns to shit. Look at the cockpit, look at the crash bar arrangement, right? It's perfect. Oh, I've put some diamond coat clear, you can probably see the layer just to look after the tank, no chafing. You know, you can cover it up with all sorts of stuff, but I want to look at the Warhorse. I want you to see the Warhorse in all her glory. As she's thundering across the desert. I could have packed more, I could have packed less, but for me, this is the perfect setup for the scale of the adventure. the time frame I have, and just the way I like to ride. Well, this is it, guys. It's pretty exciting. Time to hit the road. And if you'd like to see what I actually pack inside the bags and my whole mindset of adventure bike travel, then you can become a member and you'll be able to watch this video right here, among others. If not, just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and keep an eye out for the first episode of the Great Australian Crossing on the Warhorse. See you soon. I'll see you out on the road.